Nigeria at the moment is not meeting up its OPEC quota, a failure attributed to a number of factors, including the proliferation of illegal refineries, especially in the Niger Delta region, further worsening the nation's economic outlook. On this episode of the program, we will shift attention to Imo State, where there are thriving illegal oil bunkering operations. Sadly, a dangerous activity that has sent many young people to an early grave. Thanks for joining us, Jeffrey Uzongo. Imo State accounts for about 1.06% of the total oil produced in Nigeria. It is also reputed to be one of the richest states in eastern Nigeria in terms of internally generated revenue. The gross domestic product of the state is over 15 billion naira, with a sizable supply of natural gas, lead, calcium carbonate, and zinc. Crude oil has been the mainstay of the Nigerian economy for a very long time, until recently, when the tension started shifting from crude oil to gas. The global trend has necessitated the oil companies to start looking out for gas, which Imo State happens to be blessed. Fully explored now in Asa area in Ohaji Egbema local government area. Amidst these blessings, activities of illegal crude refinery also thrives along this axis. It was a Black Saturday for residents of Abaezi as more than 100 youths lost their lives as fire engulfed an illegal crude oil refining site at Abaezi Forest in Ohaji Egbema local government area of the state. A gory sight to behold. An eyewitness account says the incident happened around 11 p.m. on Friday night, but residents of the area woke up to see an inferno on the Abaezi Forest where the illegal refinery is sited. They found that over 100 persons have been burnt and many others sustained serious burns, while several vehicles were burnt down as well.
I'm a mechanic. I'm working at Okigwe. From that place now with my senior brother, the one that senior this very one now. We just heard the news that my sister just burned from fire.
Just like that.
It's a painful sight. Even I cannot even recognize her here. Yeah. Understand? I don't know what is happening in this. When we are doing bad now, people will say we are bad people.
Yes.
Okay, why can't them do something that's supposed to be okay for everybody to be free?
I think don't share our road. And please, I'm begging God to come and help us, because in our oil, when they take the whole Nigeria.
That's very sad, because I carried the knife from childhood. Their father died when he was not of 30 years. When I joined the Nigerian army, was when they bought them newly. So by today, I'm weeping because of these two young guys.
Nothing was left to live. Everything aside was consumed by the inferno. No one could give account of what prompted the fire, but apparently not far from the legality taking place at this site. The President General of the Supreme Council of Oil and Gas Producing Areas in Imo State, Chief Collins Ajay, speaks on the unfortunate incident.
I don't know how to describe this tragedy. This is tragedy that no one can even dream of. Where over 108 people were burnt to ashes, burnt beyond recognition due to illegal oil bunkering. I think the government of Imo State and the federal government should step up to stop this illegal bunkering, because it has claimed several lives and properties from Ohaji, Ebema, and other areas within the Niger Delta area. It's shocking to see these bodies lying down. Most of them are breadwinners of their families. Most of them are young, promising people. Most of them are undergraduates. Most of them are graduates. I wonder how we can describe this issue. It's a serious tragedy.
Yeah, this is another product for the second another shop, originally produced for local shop for businesses, other businesses. So this is the local shop where they keep these illegal petroleum products.
Rooting out the haven of illegal bunkering activities in the state, officials of the NSCDC cordoned off some areas, promising hard times for those in such business.
This is where they gather all in this part of the state. This is not the only dump here. This is where they carry out their nefarious activities by conveying illegally refined products to this dump. They convey them in polythene bags, plastic bags. They will now transload them to the bigger truck, then they carry them to one cell. Under that process, they will now forge documents. So if you arrest them on the highway, they will tell you it will be loaded in Port Harcourt. Meanwhile, this is where it's being loaded. Here. So we're here to do what we have already promised. I tell you people, last time we met, that it is through intelligence gathering. We have men who are undercover, who gave us information on this place. It's not business as usual. There's a new person in town, and this person will not condone any form of illegal bunkering in Imo State. There's nothing that will make me not to go after them. Wherever they are, we're going to smoke them out. We are aware of other locations here in Owerri. After we finish here, we'll move to Ngokpala. This is where we're starting. The way forward is for them to desist from illegal bunkering. And we're going to investigate to know the owner of the place. We're not going to remain at only the boys who have been arrested already. We want to know who is the owner of this location. And we're going to inform the governor that this location has been used for illegal activities. Maybe the governor will know what to do concerning the land, this location.
Commiserating with the families of the affected victims, the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, says the act of running an illegal refinery in the area is an economic sabotage to the state and the nation, and in fact a criminal act, and wants all still in the business to stop forthwith or face the wrath of the law.
This is what we have been crying for in the state. It's an economic sabotage to our country, where people steal our crude oil, refine illegally, and even without the guarantee of the quality of such products, sell to the people. And some people suffer engine failure and all sorts of problems with their vehicles as a result of these illegal activities. So people must be law-abiding. People must refrain from taking into any activity that will amount to national economic sabotage, criminality and all that. So it is a very wrong thing. That does not mean that I'm not pathetic for the loss of lives associated with the incident. It's unfortunate, but also I want to use that to, through that, advise those who are still in that practice to desist from that. Social.
Condemn this in its entirety.
The former Police Service Commission boss, Michael Kiro, who is also from the area, outrightly condemned the act by the youth. He said he was told that they went to their Abezi forest to scoop product from a leaking pipe before they were consumed. He also complained over abject infrastructural deficit in the area.
The issue of illegal bunkering, illegal refinery, is one that we as elders have been starting against this a long time ago. We feel that all companies have done enough, not done enough at all. Here, I don't know where we came from. We came from Port Harcourt to Owerri, Lagos. It had no relation to this place. Especially the Imo side of Iboma. The company here did nothing. The Iboma side of Iboma, the river side of Iboma, the companies there gave them roads, water, electricity, 24 hours, but none for Imo side. So the government should intensify the security on oil pipelines. We don't want it to happen again because we even had a few days ago after it happened, they went again. It's like, well, what can we do? Let us go and either we live or die. They're still on. We've been calling on them to stop. So the government, security agencies should intensify their patrol. All companies should intensify their patrol to ensure that these pipelines are safe We don't come into this kind of carnage any longer.
However, the new Commissioner of Police in Imo State, Mohammed Bade, has ordered an investigation into the fire outbreak at Abaizi community in Ohaji Egbema local government area of the state. The spokesperson of the command, Michael Abatam, said the cause of the outbreak has not been ascertained. The State Commissioner for Petroleum Resources, Goodluck Opia, during his visit to the scene, said the fire consumed the lives of so many youth. He claims most of the people who engage in the act are from Rivers, Bayelsa, and other neighboring states, and it is sabotage for the people to allow this illegal act to continue. Opia said Okenze Onyenwuke, the owner of the illegal refinery, has been declared wanted by the government of Imo State. He says besides this calamity, the act has destroyed the aquatic life in the community. He appeals to the youth in the area to desist from making themselves available for this illegal act. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered Nigeria's Security and Intelligence Agency to intensify the clampdown on illegal refineries across the country to safeguard the lives of citizens. President Buhari's directive is contained in a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. According to Shehu, the president in his reaction described the tragic incident as a catastrophe and national disaster. This is as he commiserates with the families and community of the people who lost their lives in the unfortunate gas explosion that hit an illegal refinery at Abaizi community in Ohaji Egbema local government area of Imo State. They urged community leaders, the police, the Secret Service to never allow the occurrence of heartbreaking incident in any part of the country again.
Aside from the boat patrols, we equally use the Nigerian Navy has an air arm which has integrated into this operation. As it is, they need to understand that it's no more business as usual. We are going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that this economic sabotage is put to a stop, because at the end of the day, you'll see that this kind of activity does not contribute in any way to the growth of the Nigerian economy. Rather, it takes away from what the Nigerian economy should ordinarily be benefiting. These guys do not pay tax, they destroy the environment, and you can just imagine if you live in Port Harcourt, we all know what the effect of soot has cost.
Government officials estimate that Nigeria, Africa's biggest oil producer and exporter, loses an average of 200,000 barrels of oil per day, more than 10% of production, to illegal tapping and vandalization. Earlier this month, amid reports of widespread crude oil theft and the environmental impact of illegal refineries evident in the soot problem in River State, the Nigerian Navy launched an operation to combat the threat. Had recorded success with about 200 million naira worth of crude oil products seized from thieves in oil-producing states.
We have recorded a lot of successes, as we have discussed, and these successes are indicative of the professionalism, dedication and determination of the Commander NNS Pathfinder in his bid to ensure that economic saboteurs are brought to book within the area of operations of the base. And interestingly, as I also stated earlier, we have enjoyed a lot of collaboration with various security agencies and governments at all levels. This jointry, which is very sufficient, has been a great mission enabler. The economic saboteurs are very, very resilient. And as you have testified, immediately after an operation is conducted and the sites are destroyed, these guys come back in no time. What we do on our own part is to remain focused, determined and resolute in ensuring that we continue to maintain aggressive presence and we continue our operations.
At the Diroko border post of Ogun State, business activities are yet to be activated despite lifting of ban on commercial operations on the border. Travelers walk through the border post with their badges to the neighboring Benin Republic. The Customs Area Controller explains that modalities are being put in place to ensure effective service delivery with strict anti-smuggling and trade facilitation modalities reached across areas of coverage.
We have reactivated all the modalities for that. You can see right there standing is the chairman of the, is it ANCLA? Or what do you have? ANCLA. So we've had a series of meetings with the customs in Benin Republic. and we are still in the process of putting everything together so that we have seamless movement of goods and services through the border. This is the premier enforcement station in Nigeria, Idiroko, and we have a retinue of officers. We have from federal operations, we have strike force, and we have border drill. And we are the resident officers, and we are all complementing the roles of each other. And since I reported here, running to 3 months now, we have been having, gradual process in our record, in our seizure records. So we are trying our best to curtail smuggling.
Outside the post, commercial motorcycle riders, most of whom had returned to farming, are back to business. Some of the youth leaders speak on the over 2-year experience.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy because this situation of closing the border is very, very cumbersome for us, especially we as a citizen of this town. Everything was very, very cumbersome. We can all this business going through border or to any other place, everything was shut down, and everybody was saying negative things on their business, that they don't move, they don't have any other way to feed their home, their business, and their anything financially. Everything was down. Especially me, I'm very, very, because when the border is open, I wasn't around. I was in school then. So as I came back, everywhere was shut down. Border has been improving in grassing. Nothing is in the border, and everywhere was just shut down. Everywhere we are just managing till now. But now that the border has been opened, we are very, very grateful.
We are in celebration, we are in jubilation ever since we had the news. And on Monday when the controller came to open the gate of the border, we were so happy. And we were appreciating the federal government for this they've done for us. Because I can say it, the vast implication of the closure of the border for that 3 years has had a deep negative impact on our people, on our economy. It has had a very negative impact. We've lost many lives. The economy of the local government, of the community is in shambles. Nothing to write home about. Idiroko, from the start, people normally came from far place to reside here for businesses and other things. But since the closure of the border, the town is already getting empty, because many people have traveled away from the community. So the community were very happy for this, let me say, kind gesture from the federal government. We really appreciate this. And we want to plead to the federal government once again, because there are many businesses in the border, many trades that are facilitated in the borders. We have the general goods, we have the ETLS, we have the vehicle duty. And as information at hand, we had the wholly lift the suspension on general goods and ETLS.
And the economic impact of the closure on small business owners.
Since the Monday that the border has been opened, we can see there are some shops outside the border that's already closed. Even inside the border, we have some women that sell food items and other things, wares and other accessories like that they've packed away since the closure of the border. But immediately the border was opened on Monday, many of them have moved back. The shops are now opened. So that means people are coming from the Republic of Benin. They are bringing goods from the Republic of Benin. Nigerians, we are taking our goods down to the Republic of Benin as usual. So it helps the economy. The economy of the community is now moving as is it before.
The youth, however, called on the lifting of suspension on vehicle duty, which they said has more economic relevance on residents of the border community.
We are appealing for the federal government to look into the vehicle duty, because that's the key area. Because during the time that everything was still opened, the vehicle duty take more impact in the community, more than the ETLS and the general goods. We have more than 1,000 youths working under different agencies in border doing the vehicle duty. But as general goods is concerned, it's only for a few people. But the main one is the vehicle duty. So we are appealing to the federal government to look into it, so that we will start vehicle duty here, which will bring more economy to the community and the entire local government, the Nigerian as a whole.
Residents of Jibia local government area of Katsina State sharing the border with Niger Republic are full of appreciation over the federal government's recent directive announcing the reopening of Jibia border and Kamba border all in Northwest Zone.
Since we received the news of the opening of the border, everybody is happy in Jibia town. You know, today it has been about 6 years that this border has been closed. A lot of our economic activities have been down. Nobody is doing anything. That is why we are recording a lot of insecurity, banditry everywhere, a lot of issues in fact. So today we are very happy that the border is going to be reopened. Since we received the letter 2 or 3 days ago, we have been happy.
We usually sensitize people about the do's and the don'ts of the border. So this time around too, we are going to embark on this sensitization campaign with a view to making the community understand their limit.
A visit to Jibia border shows that economic activities were seen taking shape, with residents busy accessing the border access without any hindrance, intimidation or harassment from law enforcement agency. In Ikang, a cross-river state border community between Nigeria and Cameroon, residents are calling on the federal government to also lift the ban on sea borders across the nation, as it has been done to land borders, which has also affected Ikong border. They say this will go a long way in alleviating the untold hardship faced by them.
Since the closure of the border for over years plus, we've been facing a lot of untold hardship, such that the people is finding it difficult to survive, because the only means of survival is through the trans-border business. Because, you know, when you are in a border town, you also relate with your other business partner over the other side. So that has been the problem. And because of that, it has brought untold hardship to the people. So that is just a situation here. We have shortage of supplies of fish items, seafood, you know. So that is our challenges. And that is what we depend on. That is our occupation. The Bakassi people occupations is predominantly fishing. You understand me? So when you stop them from, like, you know, doing their normal trade, like at times people from Cameroon do come here to buy the fish too. So it's really a problem. Like at times when you have a lot of catches here and you don't see the market to sell, so it's also a problem.
Many border affairs experts are of the view that there has been many lessons learned by all concerned with the years of border closure. The Nigerian government and its neighbors should invest in better border security and surveillance and ensure the development and upliftment of border communities that rely on smuggling as a source of livelihood. They claim such measures will no doubt require agreement between the countries concerned on investing in rural development, improving border security and intelligence sharing, tackling corruption among border officials, and correcting economic policies which allows for smuggling. And that's it on this episode of the program. Thanks for your time and, of course, your usual company. I'm Jeffrey Uzongo.